Welcome to LinkShadow Talk. In today's episode, we're proudly discussing a special moment for LinkShadow, being positioned as the most visionary in the NDR Gartner Magic Quadrant. But this conversation is not about rankings. It's about what vision really means in cybersecurity today, what it takes to move from isolated tools to a connected security architecture, and more importantly, how the vision actually translates into measurable outcomes for our customers. I'm joined today by Mehfouz Khan, LinkShadow's Chief Product Officer, to unpack what's behind the recognition, the challenges that shaped it, and where the future of NDR and cybersecurity as a whole is heading. Hi, Mehfouz.
Hi.
Great having you here in LinkShadow Talks.
Thanks for having me. And yeah, I'm very excited for today's episode.
Thank you so much. Well, Mehfouz, Gartner has positioned LinkShadow's NDR in the visionary quadrant. What does that mean for the vision that they are drawing for NDRs in the market? And what does that mean for the customers today? Why it matters for them, not just only our company?
Yeah, so, as I said, the visionary quadrant in Gartner is very special. It's about the vendors who are working as the market disruptors. They are the vendors who have the vision, who have the innovation in them to lead the market and, solving problems not just for today, but also for tomorrow's. So this is one of the, the things where it comes to the different type of features when added in the product. They're not just features, they're actually delivering measurable outcomes or business outcomes for the customers. So yes, being in a visionary quadrant is a proud moment for us.
Okay. It is a really proud moment of us. Now, when any vendor starts, whenever there is a magic quadrant, they start from the niche quadrant. We skipped all that area and we moved directly to the best visionary, to the extreme right. What does that bring as a value today to everyone who is seeing this quadrant?
Yeah, going to the visionary quadrant is a tough job. So it's not that easy because Gartner is very conservative when it comes to bringing new vendors or new entrants into the magic quadrant. The thing which worked for us is how our product is designed as an AI native solution. So for us, AI is not a new feature, or AI is not added technology on top of it. We are AI native since the inception. So we had our machine learning, our AI, which the customer can touch and feel. It's not a product, a black box, so they can interact with our machine learning and AI. That was one important thing which added, the weightage onto our rankings in the Gartner Magic Quadrant to being the most innovative and visionary. And apart from that, our connected security architecture, where we talk about the cybersecurity mesh architecture, bringing different type of cybersecurity technologies, connecting different siloed technologies together as a one coordinated platform. This actually helped us, into getting the important points for the Magic Quadrant. And our extensive integration support is proof of that. We have the most number of supported integrations out of any NDR vendor out there.
Thank you, Mehfouz, for the great job you have done with the entire team into the process of being part of the Magic Quadrant, because I believe that process is really tough. And being part of it had you and the entire team to interview multiple analysts, multiple team members from Gartner to understand the exact concept. So what is the most challenging and the surprising part where you were able to give to Gartner so they can put us in our position today in this quadrant?
Yeah, you are right. The Gartner research process, especially for the Magic Quadrant, is a very tough process. They are very comprehensive when it comes to research about the Magic Quadrant. They have hundreds and thousands of questions about the product, about the company, about how it operates. So there are a lot of things added to the research when it comes to the Magic Quadrant. Now, for us, the most surprising part or the most challenging part was actually showing the features and how it aligned with the business outcomes of the customers, how it actually turns into a real world use cases. Because you can have a lot of features in the product,
Sure.
but how it actually helps the customer into solving their business problem, solving their security problems, and help them to reduce the risk in their business environment.
Yeah. This is what matters end of the day to any CISO, to any security leader, to utilize cybersecurity to achieve their business outcomes. And this is how we can help them become more resilient in their cybersecurity environment. Continuing to that, just wanted to ask you today, Mahfouz, as what you have mentioned today is very important to any CISOs who is looking today at this Magic Quadrant, understanding that today we will help him achieve his business outcomes by utilizing the cybersecurity architecture that we will help him enable it in his environment. From there, Gartner has placed us on the further right side of the visionary quadrant, the most visionary NDR in this quadrant. What are the features, the capabilities that really triggered today Gartner into putting it in that position?
Yeah, you're right. The Gartner position us in the furthest right in the completeness of vision. Now, the completeness of vision is where the innovation kicks in. So our tool was always designed with AI in mind. Even we have added our LLM, the local LLM, which runs on-prem without any internet. So the customers without internet or sensitive customer who are complete in air gap can still use the power of AI without risking their security or without risking their data privacy. That was one of the features we had it since the beginning. On top of that, we have also added the SOC AI functionality, where SOC AI can help the analyst do the repeatable task. It can help them respond to threats at machine speed. They don't have to even think about it. It will be already handled by the SOC AI. On top of that, we are also bringing in more integrations to the tables. We are signing up partnership with a lot of different vendors. We are covering all the different aspects of cybersecurity vendors into the NDR to make it more robust or make it more coordinated rather than siloed product into cybersecurity architectures.
This is the aim of the security cyber mesh architecture. And this is what Gartner has been advising customers to follow the past 4 to 5 years now, as I believe. We are now the top visionary NDR in that quarter, but how we can keep the balance between innovation and execution when it comes to LinkShadow, Mahfouz?
Yeah. So, this is very important because being in the innovation or being in the innovation leader carries responsibility, because we have to take this responsibility further. We are the one who are going to decide, or we are going to one who is going to design what is coming up in the industry. So we are making the trends rather than following the trends. So it's our responsibility to make sure that whatever we innovate actually converts into an actual execution plan for the customer, converts into an actual outcome. Now, to do that, we are doubling down on our customer success. We are adding more and more easier features for the customers to use. We are making the customer use our product more and more by adding more simpler features, simplifying the features what often called more complex, like using machine learning without doing any coding. So we are adding these innovative features into our product as well. On top of that, we are also expanding our global reach. We are also expanding our partner ecosystem to balance the innovation to the business outcomes.
Now, we spoke about Gartner, what Gartner has mentioned about LinkShadow, where they have positioned LinkShadow. Now, on top of that, LinkShadow is known by having a very high customer retention ratio, where today our customers still trusting us since the past 11 years so far. Why is that happening, Mahfouz? Is it only the product? Is it only the NDR that they are utilizing today? Or is it something else that they are getting benefit out of it?
Yeah, rightly said. We have a very high customer retention rate because we are a very customer-centric vendor. We make sure that customers who trust us with the selection of the product, we give them the right value, the right return of investment. That's how our customer success is designed in a way that every customer gets the individual attention. So for what we have seen in other vendors, where they have the technical account manager or a TAM or account managers only for elite or a premium customer. In LinkShadow, every single customer gets the technical account manager. Mm-hmm. They have a dedicated TAM for each customers, each region, where they have their TAM to discuss all the features, all the problems, all the solutions, what they want, and maximizing the utilization of LinkShadow in their organization. On top of that, we also added the health checks. The customer gets regular health checks, so they know their solution is up and running at the most optimized way. So they don't have to worry about keeping the system running and having noticing any problems. So they get the health check once in every quarter for every single customer. Also, we also support our customers with the security advisories. We have a dedicated global research team. We call it LinkShadow Threat Research Exchange, which sends the security advisories to all of our customers. Region-specific advisories about latest threat, latest attacks which are happening in those regions and even in the industry verticals. We are tracking threat, a lot of threat actors, and we are giving the customers the advisories, the IOCs related to those things. So this actually helps us to get the customer confidence as well, and that shows in our Gartner peer reviews. If you see most of the Gartner peer reviews, they talk about our customer success division. They talk about our TAM. They talk about our threat advisories. They talk about our customer support after sales support. This gives us the the confidence, and also we don't charge for our technical account managers. It is part of our contract. It is like it's an obligation from our side. It's a thing which we have to do for the customer because they deserve it.
I believe this is exactly why the trust ratio has increased dramatically when it comes to LinkShadow, because today we are not just selling a product, we're not just selling a box to the solution, we are selling a full solution that is backed up with a strong team, like you mentioned, the threat exchange research team, and the rest of the TAM and the rest of the shadow services that we are providing today at LinkShadow. Thank you so much, Mehfouz, for your perspective today and explaining why we were there in the most visionary NDR in the market today. Because as we mentioned, for everyone who is listening, this is just the beginning of how security is being redefined. And I think this is the real takeaway. The future of cybersecurity isn't about adding only more tools. It's about building smarter, more connected systems that can actually keep up with how attacks evolve. What we've seen now is a shift towards security that is predictive, adaptive, and deeply integrated into the business, and not reacting after the fact, but staying ahead of it. That's where innovation really matters, not in features alone, but in how these features come together to solve real problems faster, with clarity and context. Thank you so much again. Stay tuned. This is LinkShadow Talk.